Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do Am I the Asshole? So let's get right into it. I should have pulled this up first. Reddit. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, let's see. Am I the asshole for keeping my name change a secret for 5 years? So my 26-year-old fem so my Okay, so she's a 26-year-old female. Her parents decided to name her sister and her after American states. She said, I have permission to share her name, Arizona, and I was called Pennsylvania at birth. Yeah, my parents are weird. I guess they thought geographical names were cool, but I think there's a huge difference between calling your child Arizona or Dakota or Paris or versus Pennsylvania. Honestly, I've never heard anyone called Pennsylvania. That's actually crazy. They're massive Republicans and America lovers, so maybe they wanted to be patriotic. For as long as I can remember, everyone has called me Pen or Penny. My parents insisted that everyone call me by my full name, but most people could see how ridiculous my parents are. My sister, 28, female, so 2 years older than her, didn't struggle as much with her name since Arizona just sounds better than Pennsylvania. And the Grey's Anatomy character Arizona Robbins made the name seem quite cool as we got older. I was mocked and teased as a child in elementary school because of my parents' insistence on my full name. They would literally berate my teachers for letting me write Penny on my work or books. Okay, crazy. When I was 21, I got my name legally changed to Penelope. Most people I had met in college had assumed that I went by Penny as a nickname for Penelope. Even my boyfriend's mother called me Penelope because I was too embarrassed to tell her that Penny was short for Pennsylvania. I kept it a secret from my parents and close family because I knew my parents would go mental and accuse me of disrespecting their choice. I'm getting married this summer to my lovely boyfriend Tom, 31-year-old male, and as you know, you have to say your full name in your wedding ceremony when you do your vows. I knew I had to fess up about the name change because the alternative would be hoping they kept quiet when they heard me say I Penelope instead of I Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is such a weird name to name your kid. That's so crazy. Anyways, I invited them over to my home and tried to tell them in a really calm way that I had changed my name, but they freaked out. They said I was disrespectful, I was calling their choice dumb, etc. They are refusing to attend my wedding now. I know I'm not the asshole for changing my name, but my parents are particularly pissed about how I kept it hidden for 5 years before telling them. Most people I know agree with them. They think I should have had the courage to be honest with them years ago so they would have had time to get used to it instead of dropping the news on them 2 months before my wedding and causing all this drama. A few other family members have dropped out, and my poor sister, who is the maid of honor, is having a nightmare with this. My parents believe they had the right to know much earlier. I don't know what that says. Parents think I am the asshole for keeping it a secret. Am I the asshole? I personally don't think she's an asshole. Like, she knew her parents were gonna get mad, and I feel like it's human nature to like get scared, especially when they were so like, don't let her write Penny on her workbooks like it's Pennsylvania, especially when she was the one writing that, so they really like took that choice from her in the beginning, so I can see how like she wouldn't want to tell them like that's a scary choice. um yeah, honestly I would do the same, but let's see what other people are saying. Original post has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the asshole. I may be the asshole because I hid my name change from my parents for 5 years. This is because they believe they had the right to know. It's now causing drama surrounding my wedding. Okay. Not the asshole. How come none of your relatives are appalled that your parents care more about a dumb name than their actual child? True. Not the asshole. You can change your name if you want, and the name your parents lumbered you with at birth was an excellent reason to do so. From what you've written, I suspect your parents would have blown up whatever, and the 5 years is just a pretense to hang on to their anger. 2 months is enough to get used to the idea too. As for boycotting the wedding because of it, they need to get over themselves. That is a big overreaction to my mind. It sounds like your parents need to grow up a bit, to be honest. To be honest. True. Honestly, facts. Like boycotting your child's wedding just because they didn't tell you for 5 years that they changed their name. Crazy. Not the asshole. If your parents spent 13 years of your school life trying to force everyone to call you Pennsylvania, I suspect they would have spent the past 5 making you miserable for changing your name, hence the silence. Exactly. Exactly. Not the asshole. Dear Colorado and Mississippi, I mean mom and dad. No matter when I told you of my name change, you would have blown up. I tried to explain my feelings multiple times over the years, and you never cared about my feelings about my name. If you need someone to stick with a name no matter what. Get a dog. Until you can sincerely apologize to me for this and everything else you have blown out of proportion throughout the years. You are uninvited to my wedding, and I plan on going no contact with you. Anyone you try to get on your side will also be no contact. Congratulations on losing a daughter and a son-in-law. That is so funny, but like true, like that's valid. Not the asshole. Your parents are for naming you Pennsylvania in the first place. They are even bigger assholes for refusing to attend your wedding, as are anyone else who takes their side. If your parents are giant Republicans, they're all about personal freedom, right? Tell them to shut the fuck up. That is so funny. Okay, let's find another one. She's definitely not the asshole. Okay, why is there so much wedding? Hmm. For grounding my adult sister is crazy. Let's read that one. Okay, I, 25 female, live in a 3-bedroom apartment with my fiance, 27 male, and we have a 6-month-old son. My younger sister, Mia, a 20-year-old female, recently started attending a university that's closer to where I live than both of my parents' places. Because she needs to get to class every morning, my fiance and I allowed her to move into our spare bedroom. She's been living with us since January. It's May. Well, it's April. It's about to be May. There's a set of rules I've been having Mia follow since she moved in, mostly to make sure everyone can live peacefully. One of the most important rules concerns arriving after my son's bedtime, usually between 19 and 20 hours. Mia is allowed to come home however late she wants, as long as she doesn't make too much noise. The door to the apartment has an electronic keypad lock, and the one we use has a normal lock under it. Everyone has a copy of the key, but we all prefer typing in the password. However, the keypad is very noisy, and my son's nursery isn't far from the door. Every time the keypad is used after I've put the baby to sleep, he wakes up. So naturally, the rule about getting home late includes not using the keypad. Everyone, including Mia, has known about this since day one. At first, we had no problems, but now that Mia has gotten used to college life, she's been going out at night frequently. This past month, she has arrived home after midnight every Friday and Saturday night. She always forgets the don't make too much noise rule, and she has on multiple occasions used the keypad. My son wakes up crying every damn time. I'd sit I'd sit her down and remind her of the rule whenever this happened, but she'd continue to do it. My fiance and I got tired of putting our baby back to sleep because of that, so I changed the password and told Mia she was no longer allowed to use the keypad. She agreed and promised to try to make less noise. On Friday night this week, Mia went out with her friends. She came home very drunk at 4 a.m. and forgot that I changed the password. Not only did she use the keypad, she also got the password wrong so many times that she triggered an alarm. I was furious. Not only did my baby wake up crying, but I also got complaints from my neighbors. The next morning, I told Mia that I am establishing a curfew. While living with me, she needs to be home by 20 hours. She won't be allowed to go out at night for the rest of the semester. Mia put up a fight saying I have no right to ground her like this or dictate what she does with her free time, but I held my ground. I told her she'll be free to do as she pleases when she has her own place and raises her own family. While living with mine, she has to do as I say. She told our parents about this. Our mother and stepfather are both on my side. Our father is on Mia's. He's saying I'm not her mother and I have no right to treat her like a child. He also thinks it's unfair to do this to her over a drunken mistake. It's not a drunken mistake if she's making it every fucking week. I don't think this person's an asshole. And also, it's her house. She's letting her sister live there. She doesn't have to let her sister live there. Her sister can live with her parents, but it's a further drive. So if she wants to drive that far, then go ahead and you can do whatever your parents say you could do there. Let's see. Not the asshole. I admit it does sound like a bit of a power trip to ground your older sister, but it is well within your rights to enforce rules when you're allowing your sister to live there apparently for free. If she wants full freedom to do what she wants, she can rent her own place. If she's in college, she's definitely old enough to have some responsibility. This is actually me. This person said, I laughed about the terminology ground her, but in all honesty, what are the original post options? Sister has zero respect for the baby or the parents. If dad is so appalled, he needs to facilitate a new living arrangement for her. This isn't about what or who she's doing out late. It's about waking up the damn baby. Main character as it gets. Not the asshole though, grounding a 20-year-old is not really a thing. I think since she's can't seem to function normally when she drinks on those nights, she just needs to crash at a friend's place. I think next semester she should get a house with some friends. She would just have a much better experience her last 2 years of school. Yeah, so I don't think it's grounding. I really think it's she's just having house rules and I don't think she's asshole. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Didn't want to give an older lady a ride home. Okay. Yesterday after church, we stopped at a gas station less than 1 minute from where we live. It was me, 31 female, and my boyfriend driving, 36 male, and my 14-month-old in the car. I was on my phone, and then suddenly he was opening the backseat door to let a middle-aged lady, maybe 60 years old, in with her grocery bags. Apparently, she was asking people for a ride home, and he accepted. On the way there, they were chatting, and he even pointed out where we live, which really concerned me. She lived quite far away from the gas station, and I was surprised she said she walked there, though it wasn't more than 5 minutes away. I was really upset that my boyfriend let a stranger into our back seat with our daughter. The lady was very nice, but these days you have no idea if the people are carrying a knife or a gun. I told him I wish he could have at least had her sit up front so she wasn't near our toddler. He dropped us off at home first, then went back to get her. That would have taken 3 minutes to do so. I brought this. Okay, wait, she said I told him I wish she would or dropped us off at home first, then went back to get her. That would have taken 3 minutes to do so. Okay. I brought this up to my BF. He got really mad at me for being unchristlike and called me a shit person who lives in fear. I am honestly quite the opposite and usually quite trusting of people, just not when it comes to my daughter. She's too young to talk or understand things. Also, she also was pissed at home for what felt like weaponizing religion against me for my concern. I'm really feeling guilty because it's not that I don't think it was sweet. He wanted to give her a ride home. I just had a mom instinct to protect my daughter. This all led to a huge argument between us. Do you think I overreacted? Edit. I think the gesture was very compassionate and understand if someone asks you for a ride, then there's obviously a desire to help and a bit awkwardness declining. I don't question his desire to help her, nor do I turn down opportunities in my life to help others. But I also want to say that she was by no means elderly, immobile, incapable, as some people are implying. You should give middle-aged women a bit more credit. Okay, the edit kind of seems like a bitch there, but I don't think she's an asshole. I think he could have done that if they were 1 minute away from their apartment. He could, or the mom could have sat in the back and the lady could have sat in the front. Because honestly, you never know. Like, there are serial killers in the world. Like, they do exist. And that could have been like a Criminal Minds episode. Okay, let's see. Definitely not the asshole. He probably assumed he was doing the right thing and a good deed or whatever, but without asking you about it first is so wrong. Without knowing it, he could have been putting not only you but your child in danger too. I wouldn't be surprised if you would have said yes if you talked about it first. The problem is he didn't. He did it without consulting you. Agreed. Communication is key. You can't just do anything. When you're in a relationship, you have to communicate, especially if the person's in the car with you. Like if the wife or the girlfriend was at home with the baby, then you don't need to tell her like, hey, can I take this lady home? It doesn't matter. Just but like she's right there. Why wouldn't you tell her like, hey, this girl needs a ride home? Can we just take her home? You know? Okay, for am I the asshole for refusing alcohol at a winery? My wife's friends, couple in their 40s, invited us to a vacation with them last summer. It turned out to be an old house on a beautiful winery in a beautiful area I'd always dreamed of visiting. Awesome. The couple are really, really into good food and good wine, and they love to have guests and socialize. Fairly wealthy bunch, spending loads on friends and family. So for 3 weeks, we were there. There were extensive dinner parties in the garden, picnics, outings to restaurants, bar crawls, you name it. Now, I don't drink. I used to party a lot and still love most everything about that life. Only if I drink even a can of beer, the world goes gray for me. A few glasses of wine and the next days are me feeling dead and sad and emotionally wrecked, distanced and just not able to engage with anything, not wanting to be around my family, not feeling anything blank gray. Now, I used to compensate for being dead inside by doing crazy stuff but as a family base, but as a family man, jumping, risky sex, motorcycling, 3 times speed limits, or getting into fights, I don't want to go there. So I just don't drink. I'll just stay up all night and dance on tables if that's what's going on, but I'm not going to drink. I'll be a total idiot and do drunk stuff, karaoke, oversharing, hurting myself on the dance floor, but I won't drink. Now, we are planning a summer holiday, and I mentioned how much I liked last summer at the winery. So my significant other gave me that look, and in short said that I ruined the holiday for everyone by refusing every attempt our hosts made at creating an experience for us, by not even tasting when they offered wine for lunch, a glass by the pool in the afternoon, wine with dinner, a few glasses of exclusive red from a nearby fancy pants producer. As night fell, not one nightcap, drinks bought for me in bars left untouched. My significant other claims I shamed her in front of her friends and that they're sure as hell never going to invite us back. Am I the asshole for not liking alcohol? No, your girlfriend's asshole because she should be supporting you. And you can have fun without drinking. Hard, not the asshole. No one should be forced to drink in any quantity, especially if they have reevaluated their relationship with alcohol. It seems like you should have a more serious conversation with your wife and your feelings regarding this. Not the asshole, but your wife and her friends are. You made a change in your life when it comes to what you consume, and alcohol is what you figured out that you don't need. No one can tell you you have to drink. I started telling people I'm allergic to alcohol so they would leave me be. I don't like drinking either. Not the asshole, not the asshole. Yeah, all these people are not the asshole. I want to find someone that is an asshole. Like, I want to hear somebody who's genuinely an asshole. And yeah, but anyways, this is the end of my video. I love you guys so much. Bye.